Hey, hello. I'm back. And last time, what I was trying to do was just finish this part, just trying to figure out how to get in. And it's kind of obvious. You need all three of them to stand on it, but in all honesty, you can do the entire level with just the monk. So, I don't know. The monk's level, the last half of it is really cool, but the first half is incredibly just bad, I think, at least. I wanted to see if I could go through there. It turns out you can with the time traveler, but I didn't know what would happen if I just tried to continue on, like if the game would crash or if that would just be considered cheating. So I did go back. This first puzzle took me way longer than it should. I mean, even that said, it only took me like a minute, but I should have realized immediately that I needed all three of them to stand on it. What I was trying to do was get him to place the feather down on the bridge, because I thought that might do it. But, whatever. Let's just bring the scientist over. Switch back to the monk, and for some reason, I'd have him jump on the bridge before it broke. There you go. That did it.
Our enlightenment-seeking trio has completed the first trial of Zenness, which I'm fairly confident is not actually a word. I'm a bit behind the technological curve down here.
I have no idea why you can move that.
No spell check.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't give you access to anything either. Now, this first puzzle is awful. It's kind of buggy, and yeah, I did figure it out, but even after I figured it out, getting it to cooperate with you for long enough to do the actual puzzle is kind of a pain in the ass. It'll become obvious what I have to do in a second. Here I was trying to get through the window. What you've got to do is use his telekinesis power to pick up those flower blossoms and then walk them to that pedestal. And before this moment, I had never had to use the walk button, so I thought it was because the window was open. Yeah, so try to close the window. Okay, with the window closed, I went back to try and pick up the lotus blossoms. And they still blow away. Try it again. The window's open again. Also, this, how he turns around every time, that's kind of useful that they made it so that you don't have to do that yourself. But I hate this puzzle, if you can even call it that. I hated it so much. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know why I bothered bringing the other travelers up. As you can see, the window's on a timer. It will open. What you're supposed to do is walk while holding the shift key. If you walk too fast, it'll blow out of your hands. Jump, it'll blow out of your hands. If the wind catches it at just the wrong moment, it blows out of his hands. I think right now, maybe? No? If you try to put it down, it blows away too. I'm tempted to skip this one, but I'm not going to, because, you know, why waste this time that we're going to have together? See what I mean? Put it down, it blows away. This puzzle's a pain in the ass. I just wanted to go back with the scientist and see if I missed anything, but I realized pretty quickly that that had never worked for me before, so I do close the window every time I mess this up. Turns out that you're supposed to close the window at the end, but if you're facing the wrong way, it won't work, and if you're not close enough, it won't work. And if the window's open, the lotus blossoms blow out of your hand, so you have to start over. Here, I just start running again. But by the time I even got back there, the window was open, so I went back to close it, thinking that that was going to mess up the puzzle. See, I haven't even worked out yet that I need to use the shift to walk key, because I haven't used it once up till now. So once I figured out that, this stuff starts happening. there's a couple of moments where you can visibly see, like, when I was playing this, where I paused in just disbelief about how this puzzle was. I was actually much angrier when I was actually doing this. So it's pretty obvious how I have to do it now. Just walk when the wind blows, turn around. Closing the window can give you a good head start, makes this puzzle a little bit faster. But see, I hadn't really worked out how terrible this was. Just this puzzle, this is probably my least favorite in the whole game. And it's just because it's tedious. The rooms after this, pretty easy and fun, but this room, no, it's terrible. I hate this room. I could probably talk for the full 7 minutes that it took me to solve this room, and I will. Windows open again. I hadn't worked out that him turning around would block the lotus flowers from being blown away for some reason. So I just kept trying to close the window and walk at it. I'm hoping that it's this time that I figured out. Let's see. No, I did that on accident, I promise. So here we go. Let's give it another shot. And now, all you have to do is let go of the walk button, and he'll turn around. Which, again, is nice that they put that in, but this puzzle is still terrible. Especially because if you watch, even if you do get all the way down to the end, the timing changes, because the wind is always blowing here, so if you try to get too close to that pedestal without closing the window, it blows away. And here I am trying to close the window, but I'm facing the wrong way. So I figured, oh, I can't close the window. I can just go for it when the wind isn't blowing, which isn't true. You have to close that window. The problem is, to close it, you have to be facing the right way. To be facing the right way, you have to be holding left because he turns around. And so if you turn around by holding the walk key, then he's going to get the lotus petals blown away because you're already too close to the window. It's kind of like a catch-22, if that's the right phrase to use there. Yeah. I think I'm almost done with this puzzle. I mean, I'm really close to the point where I finish it, I think. Otherwise, I've got 5 minutes. And see here again, I try to close the window while turned around. Can't do it, so I wait for the wind to stop. Then I turn around and try to approach the pedestal, but can't. And then I close the window. The window closed after the petals blew away. I bet you're beginning to see why I really hate this segment. I mean, if I haven't stated it enough, this segment is awful. And I think it's supposed to teach you patience, but well, I think the idea behind it is supposed to be like, this is how the monk learns patience. Not you, because anybody who does this section is not going to learn patience. They're going to learn what an aneurysm feels like, because that's what this section almost gave me. Watch, I think I fail this again. I know I do. I wait for the wind to stop, turn around, and immediately get the petals blown away before I can close the window. And this, oh, I just hate that you can't close it while facing the other direction. See, I even doubled back there because I knew that the wind was going to pick up again and knew that I was going to lose the petals. I could have stood here forever, just holding those petals. I had no idea what to do. And as soon as you let go of the walk button, he turns back around. It's really hard to get the timing on this window right. See? They got blown away because I started walking. Also, he's still facing the wrong direction while I'm trying to close the window. I don't know why he was doing that. The timing on this is atrocious. And God, I wish I could have just skipped this. I think I'm nearing the last try where I finally got it just by a fluke. I mean, I managed to get the window closed on one of these. So we gotta wait for the wind to pass. Then we gotta hope that we can get to the pedestal, which we can't. This section nearly killed me. So now with the window closed, I'll run back and get the petals. And it won't make any difference because I think that it's probably just going to get blown away again this time, isn't it? It's not like it didn't get blown away the last 12 times. I should have run a counter for every time I did this section. Ah, okay. So let's see if I get it this time. I've lost track. I have no idea which one is the one where I get it. See, they blew away again. This section is awful. Okay, now. One last go. I think I get it this time. I almost don't want to talk over this pre-recorded video because I feel like I'm going to mess myself up if I do. Alright, here we go. I saw that wind coming. You can time it if you watch the wind chimes, but it's a little bit difficult to get down. And finally did it.
The monk has completed the second trial of Zenness. He seems to be tackling these challenges in good faith and the proper spirit of calm.
Oh.
Of course, still waters run deep and very, very dark.
I was anything but calm even while playing that. I hate that section. I remember coming to this room first and I wasn't exactly sure what I was supposed to do. I figured it was kind of like a weight and scales puzzle. That much is obvious. But I wasn't exactly sure what I could get away with. And here, it gives you this is the only puzzle in the game where it actually gives you the solution. So I kind of brought up the website in disbelief and to kind of show that it is an actual website that you can go to if you're lazy and didn't want to solve the puzzle. I did solve the puzzle by myself. It's really not that hard once you realize what you can do with the vases and stuff. But see, here are the instructions. So I didn't keep them open, closed them, and went about with my business. Obviously you need to have 6 on the other side, but all it gives you is a 4 gallon and a 7. This is actually a pretty common math problem. Sometimes they give it to you in like different ways. Sometimes they'll say it's with sand. I'm trying to remember where I heard this puzzle for the first time. It was like back in 6th grade. But I'm just playing around with the mechanic here. I wanted to see if I could pull off the 6-gallon vase, but you can't. Anyways, I like the cool sound effect it makes when you're filling them up. That was actually an accident, but you can drain the bottles, which actually turns out to be useful. Now I don't realize it in this video because I hadn't tried it yet, but you can pour one jug into the other, and that's actually how you solve this puzzle. But anyways, the video is going to come to an end here. I'll see you guys in the next video where we do some water-based things. See you then. Bye.